Good evening, BOTGL community. Today we're going to be casting some more of the BOTGL League. Today with me I've got my friend Ash Basham.
What's going on, boys? How you guys doing?
So, very exciting teams. League's only just started recently, but these teams looked promising last season. We're looking forward to see how they're going to do tonight.
Yeah, we got UA Shadows and UA Titan. Like, I remember seeing them during Season 0, and both of these teams were really, really good, and I know that they can bring a lot of pressure, as you can say, and also a lot of skill level that probably a lot of people that rarely see when it comes to, like, formalities of these teams, man. Both of them are really good. They apply a lot of pressure, and they both really, really like to just close in gaps pretty easily.
Alright, we're going to get right into the draft here now. Fourth ban coming out.
Thoth ban first. What in the world? Okay, I have not seen this before yet. I don't know what's going on with this strat right here. Nike ban usually is always a consistent ban that I've seen. Usually always in the top three bans. And if no one ever bans it, she's usually either top pick or the second pick.
Nike very prominent in this current meta, being used very much. Similarly to Discordia, with the Discordia ban coming out. No surprises here so far besides the fourth ban.
No surprises there. I prefer the disco ban on this one too. She can apply a lot of pressure early, especially with her Strife. Strife is a very dangerous actual ability to get hit by. You can either end up taking out your own teammate, you can be stopped in place, and also get hit by her one consistently from that. Like, this is gonna be pretty good to see, like, what kind of strategy everyone's gonna be pulling off after these bans right here. So there goes Thor as well, another prominent jungler.
Yep, used very much. The global rotation being very strong. Coming
up. And then the Heimdallr. Ooh, man. This is going to be great because, like, Heimdallr, ever since he was pulled off that ban list, like, people have been playing him consistently.
And the insta-lock Homebots coming out. Homebots being very strong with the wide AoE ultimate, being very prominent in team fights.
Yeah, he applies a lot of good pressure on there. Like, his kit is almost like the staple of what most of our junglers that we like to see in there. You got your dive, you got your slow from his 2, you have his monkey throw, which I believe is his 1, and then he can teleport to that 1, and then of course, just like you mentioned it, that big AoE ultimate that he has that essentially just stops everyone, that just stops everybody, and they all go to specific directions from there, like, unable to either attack, do any abilities from there. This is going to be a swell game right here.
Camaztoz and Raijin also coming straight out. Two very strong characters, especially in this meta. Camaztoz with his crazy strong healing, and Raijin with his very long range damage, being very strong in team fights, and good CC immunity to counter the Homebots ultimate. Very smart.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good way to for mid to apply a lot of pressure with that Raijin, because Raijin's always been, if it's not Discordia right now as being one of the top bans, like, he was one of the top bans during Season 0, so it's like, this is great that I'm going to see a little more pressure being applied into the mid lane, and then also they have an Aphrodite on that other side right now, which I am surprised she didn't get banned, because I see her consistently banned all the time.
Speaking of being...
Let's see, we got a Ganesha right here on the other side, you know, he got that silence that he can apply there, he has a little buff that he throws out there, his ultimate is going to be one of those game changers, especially in giant team fights right here.
Speaking of being consistently banned, we've also seen Afro pick coming out, very strong with the healing and the CC immunity again, and, you know, straight up an Aegis, pretty much, on her ultimate right there. Rama also coming out, being very, very strong, very, very good into when you want to play safely and you just want to get through the laning phase and a strong hyper carry in the late. It's very smart.
Yeah, he's a very safe god, and especially for this specific type of team comp, I feel that once he starts applying a lot of pressure early game, he's gonna just dominate whatever spot he's gonna be in, especially most of those team fights. And I like the fact that they banned a Hou right there and an Ullr right there, because I feel that Hou consistently is, I believe, is the top hunter in the whole game. I believe that. Ullr, his kit essentially is 2 gods in 1, which is pretty busted.
Yeah, you know, stance switches are always going to be stance switches, I guess. Crazy early game pressure on that character too. Very strong if you just want to control that lane from wave 1. Don't want that Hou team fight presence against Amida, which is very understandable, very tough to fight into. We're seeing an Ares being hovered here when they already have Ganesha and Homebots. Could this be a Deathwalker Ares solo?
Oh my! No, it looks like they're just trolling the other team right now, just scrolling around different gods right here.
The mind games on these people.
That is typical on some points right there when you want to get into your opponent's head, which is great. I thought this was weird that the Umoja, it was a fourth pick, it was a fourth ban. I'm surprised none of these teams actually capitalized on getting that Umoja.
Very interesting indeed, as the Umoja has been a very strong pick as well throughout pretty much all season. You know, the healing and the CC being very, very strong, plus the ability to reposition easily with her free.
Yeah, that I agree with that, and Gab also being thrown out there. Like Gab's always like this. It's also like the safe one as well, especially for comfortability when it comes to being your actual support. He has a lot of He has a lot of stuff to offer that surprisingly like doesn't get utilized as much as he used to back in the day. Which I feel that he can still be a consistent, you know, threat to like a lot of teams. But I mean, that's the way how they ban it right here, which is great. Like you don't want to actually face that. I'm kind of glad that this is going to be the lineup that we get right here, because they also have themselves right here was it Chulainn right there? So that's Chulainn solo for sure. We got Aphrodite most likely going to end up being that mid. Batz is going to be your jungler, and you get your Ganesh with that Apollo right there and the dual lane right there. And this is going to be very interesting because like I don't know if that Sobek's going to be going as the actual support or that Sobek's going to be the actual like solo laner.
So going into this game, who do you think takes it with the draft?
Oh, so far it seems like they are playing the pretty much mid to late game right here. So unless that Homebots jumps in either like a level 2 gank towards the mid lane, that's probably going to dictate the way how the game goes, or it's going to be in the dual lane. But I feel that with having that comma there, the comma is probably going to dictate a lot of the main fighting when it comes to about maybe the 5-minute mark. That's what I'm feeling.
Sounds very accurate indeed. We're gonna see as we could jump into this game right here. The Sobek will indeed be going solo lane. Very strong zone denial on this character. Very strong CC with the Plock. Very good baiting opportunity and good sustain in lane.
Yeah, I feel that this is gonna be a. I don't want to say it's gonna be like a really slow diminishing solo lane because it is Sobek right here. Sobek is like he's very tanky. He's very safe, and the thing is like it takes a lot to try to kill him. So you know you probably won't see him taking any or the most of the deaths on the actual team. But this is gonna be like the way how it's gonna be played out though. So they really want to make sure that they keep team consistent, making sure that he's still alive. He's gonna be in a lot of those fights later on in the games.
Alright, so meta starts coming out from both teams. Sobek choosing not to go for the blue buff, it seems like. Dancing around, looks like he's gonna go for it.
I find it weird that he went Guardian's Blessing instead of Warrior's Blessing. This is gonna be a strange one.
Maybe some hidden tactics we have not yet discovered, I guess. Maybe he has a plan around it.
Most likely, because I've rarely see when a Sobek actually picks up a Guardian's Blessing that's not a support. So this is going to be like one of those strange ones. Like Warrior Blessing, I feel is like the more stronger item or starting blessing. Because like that one gives you consistent actual like healing from that thing. It adds an extra damage boost, like if where like a normal Mage's Blessing usually actually does as well. So this is going to be like a weird lane to kind of dictate. But he is going to be a lot tankier now with that Guardian's Blessing solo. Alright, we already got some action going on right here in mid laner already with the jungles pushing up on here. And wow, dual lane's already getting really aggressive.
Apollo, good body blocks coming out from Xing though. Rama will stay safe for now, seemingly. And already the dual lane is being pushed out.
Yeah, what is going on in that dual lane? It seems like they're going straight up in aggression right there, trying to take out that Rama. They're already noticing that Rama is going to be one of those gods where they have to either pressure him really early, making sure he goes down, or the fact that if they can get in his face, making sure he gets minimal amount of farm, that he's going to like have to stay back most of the time in this entire game. And then we still got more action going on right here in the middle lane right here. We got Camaztoz still coming in right here. They're pushing it. Oh my god, that is the first kill right there going on to that Homebots right there. Whoa.
So it's an easy first blood, maybe relying on that Aphrodite sustain a little bit too heavily, but advantage is gonna go straight to mid.
It's gonna go straight to mid already as it is, man. We already have a few gods already at level 3, some of them already at level 2, and the fact that it came up in essentially right in the level 3 mark when it comes to the Homebots right there in the Kama fight, it's usually gonna be Camaztoz and Raijin taking on that fight. And here comes Kama for the gank right here in the dual lane. He's going straight in there, trying to get to the actual Apollo right here. Apollo trying to get away from his dash, and then you see right here Ganesh putting his 2 right there just to make sure no other abilities get thrown out, which is pretty safe. That also adds like damage reduction right there for him as well. So that's smart play right there in the actual dual lane right here.
Very prominent early game rotations from the jungler around the 2-minute mark. I'm surprised they didn't choose to go try and aggress for the purple buff right there, but probably chose to go for the safe option, just get the oracles and just continue farming.
Yeah, I feel that could have been a bold move right there, but I'm surprised they didn't take it. So it seems right here that the jungler's going in there with the Chulainn right here to take that blue buff right here, and then we can see that they're pushed back right there in the dual lane a little bit. Coming back to the dual lane are the Apollo and the Ganesha right here, so they're gonna try to take they took their buff early, so they're gonna get that farm pretty quickly. They're gonna push up a bit more to apply more pressure right here in the dual lane, as you can see. So hopefully that this kind of makes the other team kind of play a little bit more safer. It's a little bit pushed back, and maybe we'll see, like, I don't know, maybe a quick rotation to probably mid to make sure that Raijin doesn't get a little built up.
Well, shutting down a Raijin early is definitely a very strong thing, especially given this first play. It's going to be worth a bit extra gold, have a bit more bounty due to that kill.
Oh, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Alright, so far it's just the normal laning phase right here, even though it's a level 4 one. They can easily go in. Oh, and Ganesha went straight in with his 3, and he's going to be paying the price for that one right now.
Yeah, this dual lane ain't messing around.
They really want to dictate this entire game right here in that dual lane. Here comes Raijin right over here. Oh, trying to go up against on the Afro right here after getting her red buff, and oh, he might end up paying the price on there. And oh, Raijin going in for another kill right there on the Afro. Oh,
Afro getting caught without her beads is very, very risky, given she's such an immobile character. She has a slow and she has heals, but she don't go that fast, especially without boots.
Yeah, even being at level 5 right there with her, even though she has her cleanse right there in her actual kit, you can't really defend against Raijin like that.
Gonna be another rotation coming in from Camaztoz here. Not much to get on this side of the map. I'm surprised that this rotation is coming out once again.
Yeah, they have a mono lead right there on the other side with the Apollo and Ganesha. Like, oh, he's coming in from behind for a gank right there. Ganesha, he goes straight in there.
Third time lucky, as they say, as Ganesha looks like she's gonna go down here.
Oh, does he pick up the kill?
The shell will save the Ganesha.
Shell saves lives right there. Oh, never mind. Oh, wow, Ganesha is going down right there. Even though, like, I feel the shells like that was a great strategy right there, he still took a full, like, I believe it was 2 shots of that ult and died almost immediately. And oh, here comes Kama right here straight in the mid going in against that Aphrodite.
Straight into a rotation.
Oh, they're just pinning down this Aphrodite. Oh, man, they already know who's going to be the top dogs right now. They're making their presence known that they are
while this is happening, there's a kill in solo lane from the Humbut's rotation.
Man, I can't believe the Sobek actually went down right there. That's insane right there.
Well, stream, if you were looking for an action-packed game, I believe we've presented you with one.
Oh, hell yeah. This is actually really good match right there. We already got 4 kills within 5 minutes. That's really insane right now. Alright, so everyone's going back to their proper lanes right now. It's, trying to take as much farm as they can from the back camps. It looks like they have to play a little more defensively on the other side right here, because you got Afro already died a couple times. Your actual main support, he died once, but I mean that was because of the combo rotations consistent. So I mean that's gonna dictate a lot of these fights now. So they're gonna have to either play really defensively or play under tower a lot. So this is gonna be a really tough matchup to essentially come back from in the early game.
Right, and despite the 3-kill lead UA Titan currently has, they're still only up about 200, 300 gold. XP looking a little bit more prominent, especially in the middle lane, but the lead that UA Titan has really isn't that prominent.
No, it isn't. It isn't a huge marginal gap right now, but it's the fact that they're dictating a lot of the kills. So they show that they can show presence in any of those team fights, and also once they all come together, they know that they can take the next fight. So essentially, right here, it's like whoever farms the best right now and takes that gold lead is pretty much going to be, eventually going to dictate all these fights.
It's annoying, but then they're going to stop fighting in mid again.
Oh man!
Catch a ton of poke and down she goes very quickly. But Apollo with the global ultimate rotation going to come straight in here. Raijin beads gets popped, and the fight is chaos.
Oh my god, that was a lot of damage just going on right here, everywhere in this entire field right there. We saw Aphrodite go down, then we saw Sobek out of nowhere go down, and then Kama going down as well.
It's gonna get caught off the roll and snipes off the mark. It looks like Apollo's gonna go down too here. Never mind, it gets the pick on for Xing 10 and then gets straight out.
Wow, that actually was pretty good right there. Like taking out that tank right there, especially Xing Chen. Like, That's actually a pretty good move right there on their part. But the problem is, like, now that Rama had to pull out of his rotation, he's gonna miss some of that crucial farm that's gonna be right there.
And while all that fight was happening, Chulainn got a solo kill onto Sobek.
Yeah, like, he's already dictating that entire lane right there. He's already putting so much pressure to where now we know that Chulainn's gonna, you know, do his earlier. That's why he was able to do those earlier rotations right there. He already knew that that lane is already his. So there's no way that he's not gonna be in every single fight now.
This Chulaiinn is gonna be very, very scary coming up at any gold fights.
Yeah, especially right before the moment that he has rage. As soon as he gets in rage, ooh, that's, you know, you have to run away from most of those fights right there.
Yeah, that's the signal to disengage if I've ever seen one.
Oh, that's the universal sign right there.
For sure.
Alright, let's go over here in this with this Xing Chen right here. You can see he's wandering around the jungle right now. He's probably looking to get that pick.
Looking like there's gonna be a big rotation to Soul Link to try and shut down this Chulainn, but he is already in range. He is very tanky due to this transformation, and he looks like he's gonna be okay.
Ooh, they're just diving that tower now. They want to make sure he's dead so they can get that early tower pressure right now on that. Oh, what? He still took down the Sobek right there from being tanky after taking a 3-1 fight. Oh man, and here comes Ganesha and the actual Aphrodite to try to get in there, maybe kind of close the gap a little bit, kind of push a little bit on them. And oh, there it goes. There's a 3v2 right here.
Ganesha ultimate off the mark. However, the fight's still continuing after this. Camaztoz going to be looking for the Aphrodite, but she's too sustained, and that 2 is going to pop and instantly take him down.
Yep, there goes the comma right there. That sustains that the actual Aphrodite is gonna be. You really need to make sure she goes down first. Single time you see like a little team fight like that, because if she is constantly healing somebody and her doves, especially since it causes tick damage over time, that's gonna pretty much like diminish a lot of what you're gonna be playing into. So Sobek's just fighting here with the Humbots right now. Humbots stealing, or trying to steal the blue, but did not get a chance to steal it.
Oh, and the emote coming out from the crocodile right there. A little bit of DM coming out from these teams.
I mean, I would be a little mad too after I've been taken down 3 times already. Right, Sobek is supposed to be like one of those safer gods. It's one of those unkillable gods, but so far hasn't shown how much unkillable he is.
No, sir.
I feel
Raijin
like
is still going to be 3 levels ahead of this Aphrodite, though. They need to shut this Raijin down quick before it's too late.
Yeah, he's already slightly fed a bit on this part, but you never know. You can still take him down on some of these small fights as long as he can finishes off his abilities, gets those on cooldown, or loss of mana easily. He can easily get taken down.
It's going to be a rotation, not a fight. Rotation onto Raijin, but it mutes the Homebot's ultimate with his ult very well, but he gets the shot down eventually either way. And Xing Ten's probably going to fall here. Yep, there he goes.
Oh man, right there. See, this is essentially what I was talking about. If you can pretty much get him to use his abilities right there, he's a free man every single time.
And that global pressure coming out from the Apollo ultimates doing work for UA Shadow right now too.
Yes,
they're going Gold Fury.
Yeah, this is gonna be this is the play right here. Get that Gold Fury right now. You already took down 2 of their main guys on their team. So get on there, bait it a little bit, pull one of them so you can actually kill anyone that pulls it into the actual Gold Fury. Take the Gold Fury and then maybe take a fight right here as well. You have the numbers right here, so they can easily push wherever they need to go.
Could definitely fight into this, but it looks like they're going to try to play this safe, just continue farming up.
It's smart. Usually, always defense could be the best strategy in most fights right here.
Especially they just hit the counter behind him, bro.
Kama just coming right behind.
That's Afro's going to be a-okay.
Man, that was a little scary if you think about that. Regardless, even though she is a higher level than that Kama can still do some damage to her.
Indeed. So as there's a break from the action here, how about you walk me through the Ninja Tabi on the Camaztoz? Is that something you usually see for junglers?
Well, with Kama, I feel that Ninja Tabi is actually the best, probably the better item for him to go. He can go anywhere throughout the whole map a lot easier, smoother, get to place a lot faster, you know, because I think for typical, you go Ninja Tabi, which is like what everybody usually likes to roll on most of the assassins right here and our junglers. That will get him to 22% now since it got reduced. So you may have an extra 1 or 2 seconds to get to a gank than a normal Ninja Tabi would have, since it only gives you the 18% of the actual movement speed. So I feel that he wants to make sure that he gets to every single fight, gank as more often as possible, and also he can get himself out just in case.
Makes sense indeed. Those rotation speeds are going to be big. Looks like they're going to start up the Pyromancer here on the right side.
That's gonna be oh wow, they are gonna take the Pyromancer right here. Oh wow, I'm surprised that they're gonna attack this early.
UA Titan has no vision on this. That's very clean. That's a clean Pyromancer.
I'm surprised that they didn't actually put any type of warding around that area. This is where we're gonna start saying that the ward's gonna start dictating this entire match right now. We have only like a couple wards out so far, but the fact that they took Pyromancer this early, they can already put pressure near the Fire Giant, where now that's most of the fighting's gonna end up happening in the right lane.
UA Shadow gonna take a 2.3k approximately lead over UA Titan here, so they could definitely look to be very aggressive into their jungle and just look for fights and maybe try to sneak a Fire Giant.
I agree. Make sure that if they actually make sure that they put their sentry wards around that area, they'll be able to dictate whether they're gonna be taking that Fire Giant early or not. Right here, and we see a little bit of action going on in the right lane, where actually Chulainn had to jump out of there. He doesn't want to take the 2v1 fight right in that little skirmish that they're doing at the totem. So far so good. We got Kama pushing up on the left side right now, trying to get onto the Apollo as he pushed up a little too far out.
Looks like Camaztoz is going to try to look for the gank onto Apollo, but the Mesmerize is going to last so long with this level 14 Apollo, probably having leveled that over his dash. Camaztoz is spending very much time trying to look for these ganks. And they're all successful.
Yeah,
the rest of this jungle as the fight suddenly starts. Camaztoz is going to ult, but only to keep himself safe. Ult's going to be on cooldown with his blink.
Yeah, he noticed that Homebox is coming in to try to save the Apollo in that situation, and also we see that Xing just throws his ult right there, trying to grab all of them in there to get to that team fight. But now, and Apollo's going to his ult, so you know he's gonna try to go down.
Gonna look for the land onto the Raijin, but he dashes away. But Camaztoz has already died, so UA Titan have to back off here.
Yes, they do, and you can see that they're pushing them up to the tower right now. We have four currently on the tower. One of them's pretty low health, which is the Xing, and slowly behind is the Rama in health. Homebox needs to get out of there, get a little bit more health from that Aphrodite, try to regroup a little bit.
At least a third of his health right there coming out from the lovebirds from the Aphrodite.
Yep. Ooh. A little bit of regrouping is going on. Simple as that. Try to, get back to your stuff, get your builds going in. Slowly get a little bit more pressure where you can, creep up to what you need to do, maybe take an objective, and see if they can get actual rewards around the Fire Giant, because that's going to be probably the next objective they're going to end up looking for.
Yep, should look to take a fight or bait for the FG here, maybe see if they can get a sneaky pick in or two before trying to finally take down the big Fire Giant to give themselves that power buff and sustain.
Is there anything in these builds that you see that's a little different that you would normally see?
I'm wondering what that Apollo is going to be building into from
the bow.
I'm thinking it's going to be Silver Branch Bow. Obviously, Apollo having that 200% attack speed passive, meaning that he's going to get a lot of use out of the extra power he gets from overcapping that attack speed.
Strange. I rarely see a lot of the bows being utilized that way, but if that's what he's going to be building into, that's probably going to play well with his passive, just like you said.
Camaztoz creeping around the jungle once again, trying to look for an Apollo pick, but the man just has the mez for that will allow him to run away.
Yeah, has that escape as well, just in case, from his ultimate right there. And they're trying to push in on the Gold Fury, trying to maybe bait him out, get a little team fight going on, right?
All 5 members of each team are now grouped on this left side. UA Shadow are just looking to burst this down.
Yes, they are. UA Titans trying to kind of push in. It seems that they couldn't do anything on that. Most likely going to try to creep, get a team fight going. But UA Shadows just retreating. They took their objective. Get out, do what you need to do. Maybe slight rotation to maybe mid, push that tower a bit.
Yep, maybe we may just look for the tier 2 right here.
Yeah, we're seeing more grouping up around this later time. We're usually around the 15 to 20 minute mark. In between that's usually when all the teams start grouping up, getting ready for team fights.
Big maybe slowly getting the team fight. Sobek. gonna go down easily. And while all this is happening, Chulainn is out there harassing their entire backline, taking Kama about half health. He's gonna have to jump away.
I don't know what the Sobek was doing in that situation there. His team was pushed back a bit, and he just goes right in, maybe trying to get a pluck. But I don't think that was the play right there, especially when you're doing a 4v1 in that situation, and it ends up costing your teammates right there.
Rama gonna use the beads to pick off the very low HP solo laner right there. However, 2 for 1 in favor of UA Titan.
And it looks like it's gonna be that Fire Giant fight coming in a second. This is where you don't want to be.
UA Shadow could definitely try to look to sneak the Pyromancer here, which is what they're gonna try to do. Yet, no one from UA Titan close enough to try and steal that away. And that's free Pyromancer.
Yeah, stealing the Pyromancer right now. Stealing the Pyromancer can dictate this entire fight going into the right lane. So that's telling you need to put some wards in that area. So as soon as you know you can probably take the next fight, then you go for that fire and hopefully push up.
Yes. Back and spend, what I always say, use that gold that you have in hand to buy the new items.
Agreed.
Apollo's gonna stay on this left side, look to continue farming up while Rama continues to roam the map, has now gone back to base, may come back to right lane now as Apollo looks to split push this tier 1 down.
Yeah, and Sobek is pushed up a little too far. Homebot's coming in, trying to put a little bit of pressure on there, helping his Ganesha.
And off screen we see Aphrodite get picked off by the Raijin and Xing 10.
Ooh, that's not... Oh man, that was bad positioning on their part right there. Oh, Apollo taking that left tower right there with the split push. Pushing up. We got 3 right here near the fire. 4. It's gonna be a 4v2 near the Fire Giant.
Well, this is happening. We're gonna have a classic ADC duel in the right lane as Rama tries to hold this tier 2 from the split pushing Apollo. Gonna get some good poke off onto Rama though. I don't think it's enough to warrant staying there as this team tries to hold the FG.
Man, both of these two archers just going at it. It's actually a spectacle to watch right here. It's like who misses their auto first is usually gonna be the one going down.
Yep, both parties with a decent amount of life still and fully stacked dev gloves should be able to heal themselves back up.
Oh yeah. And Rama making a small little pressure, pushing up a little bit on. Apollo most likely is going back to push a little bit more of the minion wave. If not, he's probably going back to finish his build.
UA Shadow could very well look for a fight here and see if they can just utilize that Apollo to get there before Ram does. Camaztoz is going to catch Aphrodite in this jungle here though. Good block from the Sobek, going to move Aphrodite out of position. They look to be full committing onto this. Aphrodite is popped, so is the Sobek to keep her slowed. Beats comes down too, but she is out there.
Ooh, nice 5-mana rotation right there, taking out Aphrodite. Slowly creeping up on the Ganesh. And they're going on the Sobek right here, who's very low, who did not peel with his actual teammates, and then he actually ends up getting away using his pluck.
The homebot was very huge, will allow him to turn this fight around. Apollo looking to box by himself in the backline there, gets the pick onto Ram, and probably the pick onto Sobek and Xing 10 too.
Yeah, and Chulainn's trying to push up on the Raijin, and Raijin gets the snipe right there on that homebots. Oh man, that is heartbreaking right there.
Apollo can't seem to find these last autos to finish off the Crocodile or the Xing 10.
No, that's guaranteed tower right there from that fight. And maybe a tier 2 as well.
So, we see one of the Hunters here going for a crit build, whereas the Apollo is going to be going for an attack speed penetration build. What do you think that is?
Yeah, he's using that. He's probably building that to trying to get the tanks down so they're not really showing presence as much. If you shred them, your peel is gone, first of all. 2, if your Xing Chen jumps in, tries to ult, he's probably going to end up dying from that. So that's already the XE right there, which reduces physical protections right there. So that's going to dictate a little bit of those fights right there where, you want your Apollo to be in the back line while he's shooting at one of them, shredding a little bit of the physical protections. And that's where you can collapse on those because those two are the main peelers. There's your Sobek and your actual Xing Chen. And also they're the ones that dictate a lot of these fights, jumping in, ulting, throwing people into the middle of your team, pretty much either getting a 2v5 or even a 1v5.
UA Titan looking to try and secure a kill to the support, but Ganesh catches the Camaztoz perfectly, and he's going to survive with a sliver of HP.
Yeah, he uses his 3 just to get out. That's... You kind of... This is exactly what I was talking about, right?
Now, given that Camaztoz is poked out and Raijin being also slightly poked out, they're going to look towards the Gold Fury, but while that's happening, the solo laner and the jungler, Humbots and Korn, are going to look for kills in the backline.
The 2v... They can dictate it pretty easily on those fights right there. Just a 2v5 right there with your tank and your jungler could make a big difference on some of those situations right there. They did that to apply a lot of pressure right there, and you see a big ult right there by the Ganesh, right? Ooh, excuse me.
Sobek goes down, but so does the Chulainn as he catches a ton of poke from this Rama with the Executioner and Rage. Gonna look to counter-initiate now is UA Titan. But Camaztoz catches a ton of poke and uses his ult to stay safe.
UA Titan...
I'm gonna have to give this up.
Yeah, UA Titan's really low on health. They should just push back and just give them that tower, because they already, as you can see, the popping of the frenzy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. And Raijin still gets a pick, even though he's really low.
And Aphrodite's pushed way too far up. He's gonna have to ult just to stay alive. Very risky indeed.
Yeah, then Rama goes dropping down his ult right in the middle of that team fight as well. Try to give his teammates a little bit of peel.
I'm gonna look for a pick in the backline, but cannot find anything as the overhand smash combination won't do much.
No, it didn't do as much, but you can see that UA Titan is actually defending pretty well on that actual fight, which is really good. Taking out the
Ganesh.
The Ganesh. There we go, sir. Sorry, it was. Sorry about that. All right, so this is where everyone needs to start regrouping, getting your wards up, and maybe the next objective right here is gonna end up being that fire. And then once you can take that fire, hopefully we'll see a push up through mid, and maybe take that mid Phoenix.
May look to try and start looking towards ending the game with a very big lead on UA Shadow now, 6,000 gold above UA Titan.
Yeah, that gold lead, even though you see it's only a 14-14 match, that gold lead is very, very, very different than what you actually expect. 5,360 gold difference. That is insane. And look, they're taking the pyro.
Going straight for Pyromancer. Not much can really be done about it if you're on the side of UA Titan.
No, this is where we're gonna see the big team fight right now. Whoever takes the first 2 picks is most likely gonna end up getting that fight.
Big ults from the Humbots here. There goes Apollo. Raijin gets exploded in the backline, however. Big ult from Jington gonna spin everyone around, enter the washing machine, but the fight still pales. Jington's gonna look to go down here. Camaztoz are getting very low. Ults in the air, still goes down, and Sobek also dies.
Oh man, look at that, and that big team fight going there. The Rama goes down with the Dia side right here. Oh man, that's a free Fire Giant. Ooh, man.
Well, you see what the team fight when Humbots immediately just drops into there and just ults 2 people. The fight is already over and he's blowing up the Raijin.
And dropping in, and Apollo dropping in on that ult as well, taking out or diminishing the Xing Chen, kind of really put a lot of pressure on a UA Titan right there. Now they're gonna take that right tower and gonna push up on that right Phoenix most likely as well, or no, they're regrouping.
Smart back and defend. May look to try and siege down the tier 2 in mid first before starting to look for the Phoenix sieges.
Man, that fight. Oh man, that fight was so chaotic, and you felt that UA Shadow was kind of in the presence of, maybe we can take this one, maybe not, and then that's when you saw UA Titan just jump in immediately, and then that's when they're like, no, we can counterattack this thing, and then you saw what happened.
Yeah, Raijin just gets exploded, caught out position very early from the Wukong. As he gets forced to use his dash right there, it's pretty much instant death for that otherwise immobile and very large Raijin.
Yeah, man, that was honestly, I felt that UA Titan should have actually won that fight, but that as soon as you saw that Apollo jumping in right there, Ganesh ulting, maybe trying to save him, and they just get shredded right there on that small little process of a fight right there.
But then again, the advantage on UA Shadow, you'll see that the jungler is 4 levels ahead of the Camaztoz.
Yeah, Camaztoz surprisingly really behind.
pretty much going to look to split push this left Phoenix here. However, the UA Titan are wise to this plan. They're going to do about half it, but there's going to be a fight around the mid Phoenix too now. Aphrodite catching a lot of poke. Going to maybe go down to the Rama ultimate. Nope, the Aegis is popped. Sobek going to not catch her after she uses the Aphrodite ultimate. And she managed to turn it around.
Yeah, she did. Right. Come on, Camaztoz coming in, maybe trying to get ults, try to get a little bit of pressure into this fight, but
just gonna have to move out. Can't do enough, and that means Raijin is gonna go down here. Camaztoz could go down to this Apollo, nope, but gonna dash out safely.
No, then that's most likely gonna end up being that mid Phoenix. And if they want to play it safe, take the right one, but no, they were looking to end this game, and oh my god, Homebots just goes in there, ham, destroys.
Despite the 3 early kills coming out from UA Titan, when they go up 4-1, it doesn't matter in the end as UA Shadow plays the late game better.
UA Shadow, wow, UA Shadow, they pretty much applied so much pressure in a lot of those fights, and honestly, that they came back with that Fire Giant fight right there, that proved that essentially that was going to be the turning point. They took advantage of that, pushed up mid, and split push on the left Phoenix and then actually mid Phoenix as well, and kind of already just said that they were going to win this no matter what.
And if you look at the stats right here, 29,000 damage coming out from Apollo, being very efficient using that global ultimate to keep DPSing in these fights.
Here's another thing. He didn't die a single time in this whole game.
0 deaths. Always useful in the ADC. Allows you to just keep farming for the entire game.
0 deaths usually means either there was not enough pressure being applied to that god, or he consistently got out of fights or unnecessary fights as well.
Apollo typically is a very difficult to gank character. He's being very safe, got a CC immunity ultimate, he's got a dash, and he's got a big mez that will last for a very long time as long as no one gets damaged, which means he can safely get back to his tower, back to his team, or if he has to, use his ultimate.
Agreed. Do you have a MVP for this first game?
I'm gonna have to give it to Apollo. This man has just been, doing exactly what an ADC needs to be doing. Very effective throughout this entire game.
Oh, I agree as well. He pretty much showed us that he can carry his team on his back, literally carry his team on his back. And him with his global ult, he came in on a lot of those fights, destroyed who they needed to take down, and also applied a lot of pressure towards the very end on that Phoenix.
And that 1 mid engagement somewhat near the middle of the game makes it very difficult for Raijin after he loses very big a lead and allows Aphrodite to catch back up.
I know, that's heartbreaking too. Raijin was carrying his team for a while, and they pretty much put a target on his back the entire time, so they know once they take him down, the rest of the team will just slowly diminish. Alright. Well, we're going to start preparing for game number 2 in this set.
And we'll be right back with some more Premier League action.
Stay tuned.
I believe I'm chair 2.
Oh, I did not know we were live or not. I still see us trying to get the game 2 going. So, what is going on, ladies and gents? Sorry about that little misunderstanding. It is your boy, Danny Boy 22 here with my boy Scro. We're back here for game 2. How'd you enjoy game 1 there?
Game 1 definitely very interesting in terms of especially the draft and a bit with the play too.
Okay, all right. Yeah, on the bystander side, it was a good game. I gotta admit that UA Shadow versus UA Titan, neck and neck to the end there. Lot of action. What are you predicting here for game 2? You think they're gonna go same way, maybe same team comps, another Apollo, or do you see the Apollo ban out here?
I wouldn't be surprised with the Apollo respect ban at this point. He did run that game very well last time. We're gonna see another Thoth ban here. Still not too sure about the Thoth ban. Maybe they just don't want to play against the range that was.
Maybe some prior experiences. So I am looking for the Apollo here, pretty much. I don't see the unless they do it last pick, the Apollo ban, which I feel like was the problem in game 1 there. A lot of attack, a lot of power, a lot of cleanup power, especially with the alts diving in like that. So let's take a look for that one.
Nike Ban also being very prominent for this team. You know, the health shield being able, letting her be nice and healthy throughout fights, and just making her generally invincible while dealing a ton of damage and bringing a lot of CC.
Absolutely. Lane bully for sure, even in different rows, all over the place for that one right there.
Batz ban also going to come out.
Well. Well, that was a weird noise there.
Alright, now. So, the Heimdallr pick.
Trying to figure out where that came from there.
Heimdallr being very strong at controlling that ADC and having a very strong ult for the late game fights means that they're going to have a lot of power in that dual lane once again.
Yeah, once again for sure. I'm looking at the team comp, I'm kind of liking where they might be going with this, especially with a Heimdallr knock up, a lot of power early game. Looking like maybe they're trying to answer the Kuzulu's Apollo last game once again.
Reading something interesting in Twitch chat here that that the mid laner has 13,000 worshippers on Thoth.
Oh, so now we see why that ban came out. That's definitely for sure.
Good to see the enemy teams doing their research.
Yeah, a lot of homework going in there for you to know that. I guess it didn't take too long. And we do see the Ganesha pick here with the Ram again. So Ram sticking to their guns maybe for Kuzulu. Maybe he wants to let them know maybe he might be a little bit Kuzulu. A little bit better of a Rama, Kuzulu is saying there.
Maybe he'll just run that lane better. They're going to pick the Korn away from Nyx this time around. Very smart, since he did run that lane very, very well against the usually very safe Sobek. And a Thanatos pick coming out as well, looking to maybe kill those tanks down quickly.
Yeah, yep. Looks like he's trying to go early game aggression. That scythe hits for like 1 million late game as well. But early game, it's where it's more likely to hit you for quick 100. Watch your life bar go from full to like a quarter maybe. So look out for those picks.
Very good sustain on that character too. And speaking of very good sustain, Aphrodite locked in.
And you've seen her picked in the SPL before. She's I want to say she's meta, so I'm surprised she did get through the early ban phase. But I guess they had those targeted picks, so maybe they feel comfortable with an Aphrodite out there. I mean, of course, early anti-heal can answer that pretty quickly and try to keep it back from exploding and snowballing. That's of course.
And while the Aphrodite picked worked last game, so as I like to say, if it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
Absolutely, you were correct on that one. Looking with the what was the last ban here? I think Ravana and
Raijin and Khepri.
Yeah, Raijin and Khepri. I mean, I was just trying to debate why the Khepri. I mean, yeah, the ult is a little powerful there, bringing back somebody to life, but
well, Raijin, Khepri tending to be very well, just keeping that zoning duty on, giving his team protections and shields. Could maybe even be looking to invade on level 1 here with the Thanatos, possibly. Not very likely, but it's always there.
Absolutely. And look at that skin back there. Looks pretty nice on that Thanatos.
Tier 5 skin, which you can get by donating $1 billion to Horus Studios.
Oh, I thought it was $2 billion. All right, my mistake.
Whoops. Anyways, the tier locking coming straight in. Going to be very good at just pushing out this Thanatos, pushing out this Heimdallr, both of which are characters that do not have an escape from that Fearless.
Absolutely, and I'm looking at this. Setup they have right here with Horus, Scylla, and Heim. Lots of knockup, even with the Chulainn too. A lot of knockup, a lot of CC heavy. Looking for those early game setups. Look out for those. Oh, looks like they're debating that last pick on the other side. I thought maybe they would have had something ready to go with how fast they got that tier.
For sure. Maybe I'm going to even look to do the off-meta pick of Wheelix, doing very well into tier, and on top of that, the Ganesh has the free in case you need to push up, but nope.
Going with a solid pick, Sun Wukong, something you don't see every day, that is for sure.
So what I'm seeing out of Red Team's comp right now is a very good, sustainable comp, but very tanky too, with the 2 Warriors and a Guardian, plus the Aphrodite from Wukong tier, all having very strong healing abilities. Rob, we're going to have a stacked Dev Gloves, and then we just have Ganesh to zone everyone out.
Absolutely. Not only the zone, but the ultimate, the setups. Once again, Red Team UA Shadow is a very good team as well. The setup, I mean, we saw what Rama was able to do late game as well, boxing each other with when they went against the Apollo. So it's a lot of setup going on, that is for sure.
Looking at these comps, I'm gonna have to give my prediction to UA Shadow.
UA Shadow, looking like the team comp here, I might agree with you. I just feel like there's a lot of sustain and a lot of heal on the other side of the team compared to what UA Titan has. One key pick I think might be the game changer here for UA Shadow is that Aphrodite. Once again, to sustain and keep you up. Not only that, but once he gets a little bit late game, being able to put out damage, sustain, to save people. Keep an eye out for that.
Blue team's going to also have, with this comp, a lot of trouble effectively applying that anti-heal unless they have Cocoon diving like a crazy person in the backline.
And you know what? It might be possible. Soul laners are wild creatures. They're in their island over there. You don't know what they'll do. Watch for the early rotations, and then you're going to regret it. So
that Wukong's going to be going into the solo lane here. Tier in the jungle, obviously not seen very often, given he's Tier.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I am surprised. It might be just because it's a comfort pick. I don't really see it out there that much, but the early aggression here, left lane, couple autos going off between the Rama and the Heimdallr here. Still chasing. Ganesha coming from the back. Horus going in with the knockup. Not enough damage. Early shield here. It did not go that good for UA Titan here. Unfortunate.
Very weird aggression, I think, coming out, trying to invade a Heimdallr and a Horus on purple buff on wave 1.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very early as well. I mean, I did explain that they have a lot of setup and damage early game. Good thing they weren't listening to me. If they would have known that, they probably would have avoided being so out of position.
Well, pretty much meta starts once again coming out from both sides besides that purple buff invade.
Yeah, basic starts from everybody, regular stuff besides the janky picks like the tier. But regular starts. Quick action in the middle. Tier taking a lot of damage. No heal going off yet from Afro.
That was a sick sickum, to put it that way, from the Medusa there to stop the tier cripple. It's gonna get very low, get poked out.
A lot of tower damage. Would never dive tower this early unless it's a secure kill, that's for sure. And I just wouldn't dive somebody attached to the Afro until I know ult's down. Or, of course, this early game you wouldn't either, but...
I mean, playing into Afro feels like fighting a level 5, even at level 1, so...
Absolutely, and it's a regular laning phase here. Same thing in duo, clearing waves. They do have the early clear. UA Shadow does here, not to mention with the Ganesh 1 and Rama 1, being able to clear, hit multiple minions. Not too much for UA Titan with the Heim and the Horus.
Once again, gonna look like there's some early game aggression in the Goldfield pit on the left side. Very interesting how both these teams want to target out this dual lane.
And we got the 1v1 going here in gold, and I respect it.
Off camera.
Off camera kill. Kuzulu coming in early with another pick. Probably a setup from the Ganesh. And another kill in mid. MedullaOblongata cleaning up HKami.
Flippin' heck. Just kills everywhere. Looks like it's going to be another action-packed game.
It's looking hot already. Got some action over here in dual lane. Trying to clear that purple. Probably get it in time. Not enough clear to keep it up. Now he's getting turned on. Heim looking out of position. Take that back. He's out of there. Horus going in.
Horus looking in, gonna use that CC to just keep poking down that Ganesh, but hello, still on the rotation.
Too much damage on the Ganesh. Selfish shell there. Understandable, seeing there's nothing else he can do. And Rama cleaning up the Thanatos, trying to come in from behind and clean up. Regular action here.
Yep, just gonna be clearing away the jungle like a jungle does.
Very unfortunate turn of events over here. Kuzulu with the early lead here. Gold per minute, major damage. 2-0. Good start off.
Looks like mid is once again going to be in favor of UA Titan. However, dual lane this time going very early towards UA Shadow with the slight XP lead.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this jungle duel here. I mean, Tier is a little behind, misses the blink in mid on Scylla. Very unfortunate.
That's gonna sting.
Yeah, and that's very unfortunate. 0-1, dropping relic, not being able to clean up the kill. So now you're banking on your dual lane to try to keep up with the mid. It's 2-0, and trying to, take advantage of this early game pressure they have.
However, Heimdallr with his skill portals means he's going to be very tough to lock down, unless of course there's a Tier in the jungle.
And of course, coming in, silence, Tier, jumping on Horus, looking like they might be able to clean it up. And he gets out with a sliver of health, still getting chased. Heimdallr trying to help, not enough damage. Kuzulu cleaning up in the backline with the ult. Very unfortunate. Tier is still there, putting out major damage. Scylla putting out major damage with the ult, cleaning up the Tier. Unfortunate turn of events. Kuzulu coming in and cleaning up the Thanatos now, and the chase begins. Once again, MedullaOblongata cleaning up Kuzulu. Early game lead for the Scylla. 4-0, ladies and gentlemen. Popping off already.
So are we watching a conquest game right now, or is this some sort of arena tournament?
I saw the biggest team fight in 5 minutes on the left side. Incredible. Incredible.
Yes, 9 kills in 5 minutes. Definitely going to be a very action-packed game, and going to continue to be an action-packed game just like last time.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you enjoying the cast. Once again, we have our boy Scroll here with Danny Boy 22 coming in for you for the BOTGL League. Hopefully everybody's having a good time in the league, enjoying yourselves, enjoying the cast. Hopefully we can catch you guys mostly every Saturday here for the remainder of the season. Hope you guys enjoy the cast. Hope you guys enjoy coming by and sticking around. We got some action in here too. Scylla trying to save his Chulainn. Just slight poke, backing off.
Gonna get away unscathed. A lot of these jungle rotations are gonna leave this Tier behind. Only just gonna hit level 5 now.
Yeah, we got some action. Nope, got some action mid regular poke. Oh, MedullaOblongata trying to go for the damage. Oh, once again, what a setup. What a setup, ladies and gentlemen. Not be able to clean it up, getting turned on. Aphrodite being able to get out, and the Tier doing major damage. Now we see why the comfort pick came in, cleaning up that kill on that Thanatos. Very unfortunate.
Very greedy from the Thanatos, using the 2 to try and get closer, but with no cooldowns up, so he could not secure that kill.
Not to mention, your mid backed off. I think that was a sign, hey, you know what? We didn't get that kill. Drop it. Farm. Live another day. Get in another battle.
You already got the Aphrodite ult. It's a cooldown that's worth taking.
Yep. And we got Kuzulu stalking the Heimdallr in jungle. Early rotations, maybe. I see a lot of teamwork here for UA Shadow, to be honest with you. And it's been coming in handy. It's 5-5 so far. Regular laning phase still, if I would say. Just clearing stuff, trying to get items on point. And we got the early aggression from Rama, jumping in. No dash to get out. Doing major damage. Tier with the ult. And the ult from Rama coming in to clean up. Can Tier make it out? Or was that a lot? Is that enough damage? And he makes it out as well. Very unfortunate. And he dies to a brute. So unfortunate. Now we got the hot gank going in left lane here. Horus with the Scylla.
Now, how unfortunate was the Tier drop really though? I think that may have been intentional to try and avoid the incoming gank.
Oh, absolutely.
But Rama's going to fall down anyway, which means that engagement was definitely in the favour of UA Titan.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Like I said, 7 minutes in, and we've seen multiple rotations, not only just by one person, but multiple team rotations. Once again, Dana going in, trying to set up the kill. Ganesha coming in, Aphrodite with the ult as well. A lot of ults down here.
Looking to get some more aggression from these teams. You look at these people funny and they jump in and try to kill you.
Absolutely. As soon as you turn the corner, you got the rest of the team going on. And I think you're right. I think you're onto something, Skrull. This might be an arena game we didn't know got scheduled. Because I've seen so much fighting. We're 10 minutes in, so much team fights going on. At that time, they'll all on...
Heimdallr gonna yeet that elephant into outer space.
Somebody call Elon Musk the way he's sending stuff out there.
So...
Got some more action. Aphrodite being able to get out on such a low health. Tier all down. Kuzulu with the damage, cleaning it up. Unfortunate turn of events. MedullaOblongata with the double kill.
Oh my
Triple kill. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody call Hi-Rez and get this man banned. What a savage. What a savage.
I believe Lord Almighty Hi-Rez Bart once said MLC stealth ripping through.
Oof. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you play Scylla right there. Cleaning up with the ult. Now we have a 7-0 before 10 minutes mid. What a monster.
The bigger this Scylla gets, the harder I'm gonna find it for
unfortunate.
UA Shadow to get back into this.
Unfortunate turn of events here.
And that Scylla's just gonna get another kill into that Son Wukong. That went a bit too deep without now.
Unfortunate turn of events. A lot of damage coming out from the Scylla, and she is just getting fat. She's just farming, getting kills. Look at her still sticking around, maybe a little greedy. No mana, but ready to fight.
Once again, that early pressure coming out from the early game comp that UA Titan have picked isn't really working out for them so far.
Yeah, so far so good, and I do gotta call out major damage coming in from all sides, but the team fights have just been going UA Titan's way. Unfortunate for UA Shadows. I mean, I don't want to count them out yet, that is for sure.
But what I find weird about UA Shadow's comp here, that knowing that they're fighting into a Thanatos and then they still choose to try and run a warrior in the jungle, very interesting strategy indeed, seeing how Thanatos is just going to have that 40% execute and shred right through.
Absolutely, and I do agree with that as well. A lot of comfort picks, I believe, came out in this game here. Just maybe both sides wondering if they could pull off some janky picks. Early game aggression, a lot of sustain on the other side. I see a lot of anti-heal items going up. We got a Brawlers, we got a Divine. On the other side, only a Divine out there. I mean, I know it's not that much heal on the other side, but Thanatos heals with his one. Scylla might be getting lifesteal. And we got some action here. Kuzulu going up in the air to avoid the knockup. Trying to stay alive. Trying to survive that Thanatos ult. Thanatos ult. Jumping in. Not being able to clean up the kill. Got a lot of damage out here. Ganesha ult down. Kuzulu getting out of there. Thanatos and Tier getting out of there with a sliver of health each. And I spoke too soon. Aphrodite coming in and cleaning up the support on the side. Ganesh by his lonely out there, trying to hold it down, and Heimdallr grabs his skull, grabs his crystal, gets out of there. Scylla trying to survive, dodges that. Tier still around, trying to do damage. Oh, unfortunate turn of events. What a shutdown on the Scylla.
Very, very, very big kill to that Scylla shutting down the aim one. You can look at the graph right there as the Scylla goes down. How much gold just went the way of UA Shadow.
Unfortunately here, and we still got the team fight going after multiple people have died. Ladies and gentlemen, this team fight started, I want to say, at 11 minutes, and it is still going on. A lot of aggression here. Everybody trying to get that damage out, not giving a single inch of this jungle.
And that Rom's going to do a ton of damage to both Heimdallr and Horus, and he's just going to go straight down.
And with the damage, yes, sir. Very unfortunate. There's sometimes team fights, you just gotta drop them. Coming in, 102 for an auto. Not giving anybody any space. My man trying to defend that red, trying his best. Unfortunate turn of events here. Thanatos getting dove on. Ganesha ult down, forcing the ult from Thanatos. Got a lot of low damage people here. Might Be able to clean up the Aphrodite? Nice. A lot of death. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of death in the jungle here. Thanatos getting cleaned up.
I can't even keep track of who's died the most in this team fight anymore.
Absolutely insane here. Still going on, ladies and gentlemen. I called it. Started at 11 minutes. We got people in the chat saying this fight might have gone for 6 to 7 minutes. No comment.
Gonna start looking towards the Goal Fury as well, but some will come with full HP. It's gonna make that very, very difficult for them.
Oh wow, good cleanup from the tier. Coming back and diving the backline. Being able to clean that up with a flawless, if I'm not mistaken. Fearless. Excuse me.
Fearless, there you go.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, not a single inch given up on this team fight. You have Scylla trying to pick people off too by herself. Does not care that there's two people there. Thanatos coming in, blinking in. Can he get anything? Oh, got
for the Goal Fury. The fight continues.
The fight continues, ladies and gentlemen. MedullaOblongata with the cleanup from 1. Trying to run away from the Sun Wukong. We got so many team fights going on here. On the right side, we have Thanatos, Horus, Ganesha, Heimdallr just defeated. Aphrodite coming back down, living off her all. Enough damage to stay alive, and Kuzulu cleaning up the assassin Thanatos here. Very unfortunate. Team fight still going on 7 years later, ladies and gentlemen. Kuzulu going up in the air.
Rama up in the air too, gonna look to smite for the Heimdallr. Maybe get another kill.
Heimdallr, unfortunate, super low, trying to clean up on the Chulainn. Horus ulting and not being able to pick anything up. And we're seeing some type of break here for the time being in that team fight. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been some action-packed turn of events here at the BOTGL. Hope you guys enjoy. And the tier out of position.
With the blinks out. Alright.
With the blink, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at these builds. What's been able to keep everybody sustained there in those team fights, and a major one on Aphrodite, leaving her about 20 health here.
So I just want to say, 20th Century Fox, when you make a documentary about this game, how about Titan vs Shadow, the endless team fight?
Absolutely. Once they make the documentary at the end of the year, this is gonna be on it. Yes. I grew a beard watching that team fight. Jesus.
Ever heard the expression "while we're young"?
While we're young, absolutely. So let's take a look at this Kuzulu build that's able to get him to 9-3. Basic start is it? If I'm not mistaken, maybe a Rage into a Quinn or into an Aussie for some more lifesteal and some more damage. Speaking of damage, take a look at this team fight going on.
Oh, Thanos gonna get out though.
Barely. LordSurge cleaning up on that. Tier died in the back line. Catches a scythe. Wukong able to keep him alive, and it looks like enough damage from MedullaOblongata to kill the Ganesha, and enough damage from the Dana to clean up the tier. Introducing the DSI, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, here, so much team fight going on. Gold is the obvious pick, and then maybe some farm, and just enjoying that DSI, being able to do whatever you want to do in that jungle you fought for, UA Titan. And look at that.
37 kills in 16.5 minutes. These team.
Let's take a look.
Bloodthirst would be an understatement.
So, let's just say this is a real slobber knocker here, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams going ham. Just the team playing lights out. Both teams playing lights out, trying to give it their all here. Not giving each other an inch, that's for sure.
It's a bold choice from Rom here, looking at the builds to go for the Rage before the Executioner. Usually you see Hunters try to go for that pen before they start building straight into crit. However, this Rom has obviously decided that crit is the way to go for this game.
Absolutely. And if you see his kill score, 10-4, I mean, right choice. I guess he knew it'll be stacked by the time I'm done. We'll get that pen afterwards, being able to hit for all that. Look at that. 324 crit. I mean, it's coming in handy, that's for sure.
Surprised Rom doesn't want to try and go for that tier 1 tower finish right there. How he's going to start rotating straight to Pyro, going to be very far ahead of this Heimdallr.
Absolutely. Trying to get into this team fight here. I guess his objective is, hey, you know what? Lane might be gone, but my present team fights a lot more. Let's get this rotation in here.
Yeah, may look to try and just get a sneaky Pyromancer with their... Oh, I was going to say with their advantage, but looking at the graphs, UA Titan has the advantage.
Absolutely, and we got the Horus in the backline trying to dive in. Thanatos ult, not being able to do enough. Aphrodite ult coming in handy to save herself. A lot of damage, good colors down. Heim ult, yeeting somebody to space. And it's a tier ult to clean it up. Scylla trying to get out of there. We have Thanatos in the jungle, lazy back and trying to make it alive. Scylla, ages, trying to keep him on the tower. Oh, not enough to clean up here, ladies and gentlemen. And what a turnaround. UA Shadow being able to push up that mid lane, grabbing T1, cleaning it up, almost making it a late deicide. Thanatos barely able to get it out of there. Trying to see what the next call is here, and it's looking like a hot fire here, ladies and gentlemen.
Going straight for the FG, very ballsy indeed.
And UA Titan respects it. I think they do notice it, try to get some farm, trying to see if they can defend. We got Horus.
They should realize that this is defendable, definitely. Phantos is in there, he knows they're doing it.
Walk right over a ward, ladies and gentlemen. They know you're there and respecting it, dropping it. Actually, I take that back, ladies and gentlemen. Kuzulu doing everything it can to try to take that kill. Do I see a Horus ult incoming? Very unfortunate. UA Shadow cleans it up.
Very low, every single member. That was a very lucky. They managed to escape with murder.
What a good zone out. What a good play. Kuzulu recognizing it was only Thanatos. Never dropped Fire Giant. Said, you know what? This is why I turn on the early rage. This is why I go into Executioners. Ladies and gentlemen, 10-4. What a game. What a game on both sides.
Looks like he's going to try and go for the Wind Demon or the Poison Star. More likely the Poison Star, given that slow is going to be very, very strong in locking down targets. Heimdallr being very slow at base, and, you know, Chulainn maybe just trying to peel himself off.
Absolutely. Not to mention, enough crit there with the Rage, enough pen with Executioner. I mean, you have enough damage to put out there. Horus looking for the early action. We do have an ult from Kuzulu. Speak of the devil here, trying to hit his shots. Trying to get the team fight going. We got Thana, unfortunate, way in no man's land by himself.
Yet another kill coming out in this set. Very action-packed set.
Absolutely.
Refuse to believe that anyone in chat is currently bored watching this as yet another kill comes out.
We had a tier blink there, ladies and gentlemen, to clean it up, and UA Shadow is just on a stomping spree right now. With the Fire Giant, 3 people down on the other side of the team. It's looking like an early Phoenix defense, unless they're trying to get T2s over here, and it looks like they may be trying to look for that Phoenix. A lot of poke coming out from the Scylla, still trying to defend, blinking from Sun Wukong, and the tier. Chulainn trying to keep his only damage person alive here, taking over Phoenix. Unfortunate here, and it looks like they can't defend it. Kuzulu doing a lot of damage. MedullaOblongata with the kill. A lot of low health out there. The Nesh and Kuzulu trying to run away, and that tier pick we talked about, comfort pick I would want to say, but doing major damage, out damaging the Thanatos here, looking like he going movement speed as well. Unfortunate.
You've got Aces in chat saying that Thanos Cypher gave Afro a shave on the back, and shave in the back indeed.
Very unfortunate here. And once again, shout out to the chat hanging here with us. We got 22 viewers. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the chat and enjoying the stream. We got a Gold Fury here. Chulainn looking like he's trying to defend it, not going to be able to get there in time. Once again, a lot of damage coming out from Kuzulu. You see him getting him online right now, creating jungle minions for about 600. Very important.
Can't help but notice that during that fight, UA Titan not respecting that Fire Giant enough as they push really far up and they get punished for it.
Absolutely. But, I mean, happens. I mean, you see another team and you think, you know what, maybe we might be able to pull this off, trying to get it to pick off. I mean, it's a gamble you got to take sometimes, believe it or not. We've all been in those situations where you take that gamble and it does work out, able to swing the game around. Unfortunate turn of events, didn't happen like that. But now we have the early aggression. Now we got late game aggression, late game team fights.
It's gonna be even more aggression coming into this right lane. They don't see them. They don't know.
They don't see him, and the sneaky setup coming in, calling all to try to get out. Trying to save his Thanatos. Thanatos going up in the air. A lot of people under tower trying to stay alive. Horus all to escape. The Chulainn there. And it's looking like they want that tower, ladies and gentlemen. And they will take it. Not enough defense on that side. Everybody respawning, everybody coming in, trying to defend it. And they look like they're pushing for the Phoenix as well. Very unfortunate. Let's see this Phoenix defense coming in. Missed sight from Thanatos there. And Kuzulu just cleaning up wave. So they're trying to do damage and they're just backing off. Saying, let's farm up. Let's go get that farm in mid. Let's get that T2, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking like they're trying to clean it up here. Call it a day.
Pushing in very aggressively from UA Titan once again, but they're going to catch some Wukong all by himself.
Absolutely, and the ult saves his life, but not enough health regen. Well, it looks like they're dropping him. They're like, you know what? Can't kill him, he might get out. And he's out, ladies and gentlemen. Here, ulting in on 4 people. No concerns for his life. Now, Chulainn diving the backline, trying to ult, trying to get his team going, and an unfortunate CC setup on the other side from the tier for the kill.
And while all this is happening, the UA Titan getting slowly chunked by that fire wave.
Absolutely. Heimdallr ulting Kuzulu here. Kuzulu beats, shell going off, trying to stay alive, and he makes it out. Very unfortunate. Turning of events. UA Shadow turning the team fight to the other side. And Scylla trying to clean it up here, but not enough. It's a 4v2, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where this team fights keep taking us. Nothing but aggression.
UA Shadows could even maybe try to look for a Phoenix here. 12 more seconds on Chulainn, then 25 and 30 approximately on the Hyman and Fana. They still have to defend this left Phoenix because it's about to respawn.
Absolutely. Not only defend the Phoenix, big fire wave minion in left, and they're just not able to keep it off Titan. So unfortunate that they able to take the Phoenix, and the tier split pushing. My man's is over there saying, hey, I'll hang out here all day. Don't worry about my halting to get away. Team coming in to back them up, and nothing able to pop off from there. Just a quick back maybe. Enjoy all the gold they just got from that siege right there.
Tier obviously looking at the somewhat speedy tier build, you know, with a couple of the items traded out. Got a Magi's Cloak, got a Crusher, and got a Heart Seeker. You know, given the movement speed items have all been nerfed fairly recently.
Absolutely. Taking advantage that they taking advantage of that build, noticing, you know what, I need to get online now. Speed is good, but I need to start putting out damage. I need to start cleaning up. And Thanatos blinking in, trying to see if he can steal that fire. Very unfortunate. Now he forced the ult. Scylla doing damage. UA Shadow takes Fire Giant. Thanatos dropping in with the ult. Not enough to kill him. Walking all over the ult. Can they clean it up? Sun Wukong is chasing. Kuzulu up in the air. It's one shot. Misses the second, drops nothing, and a blink from the tier to clean up the kill. They were not giving up that kill, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoying that fire.
A lot of you to try and take down that fire, but eventually they do in the end. No counter initiate coming out from UA Titan.
Ooh. A lot of Aegis on Heimdallr out there. Big team fight coming in. Horus, unfortunate turn of events. Getting hit from the back by Kuzulu, doing major damage. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Scylla trying to come in with the kill.
Oh my gosh.
With the double kill, with the triple kill, with the quadra. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, that is a quadra from MedullaOblongata. And if, let's just say, if Wukong didn't have ult, might have been able to pick up that fifth. That damage amount of, the damage numbers she's putting out are incredible. What a setup from there. To walk them in that corridor, being able to sick them and just do the damage with the ult. What a incredible chain of combos. What a incredible turn of events here. And UA Shadow gets wiped. No more Fire Giant, only for one person. Very unfortunate.
Can we get a Blaze McBain admin check here to make sure that this Scylla isn't Season 1 MLC stealth on the Smurf account?
Absolutely. Can we get an admin in chat to start checking if these are Smurfs or something? What's going on here? These teams are playing at almost SPL level, going crazy here.
Big fights, big kills coming out from both teams. However, UA Shadow's still going to be on a 6k lead, which is a pretty significant item advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just look at the scoreboard up here, 26-31, maybe a 2K goal lead, 1K goal lead, something like that in there. It was going crazy. We got Chulainn chasing.
Gonna look for another Pyromancer potentially here. I'm surprised to see UA Shadow not maybe even just trying to siege this Titan, potentially even backdoor with their team being as fast as they are.
Absolutely. And then Son of Wukong being brave, coming in here, taking a lot of poke, alting right away, realizing way out of position. Let me get my ult off, get back into the team fight. Kuzulu just draining the Chulainn down, dropping hammers on everybody. Unfortunately here.
Chulainn just gets surrounded, and whoa, this is happening. Tier isn't even with the fight, so they're fighting a 4v5.
Oh, unfortunate here. And honestly, the late gank from Tier isn't even needed here. Being able to clean up. Oh, we got a quick pause here. I'm hoping.
Right, slight intermission here coming out.
Unfortunate here. So let's talk about these builds here. I want to take a close look at the Scylla build. A lot of pen being built here. I want to say about 3 items worth here.
This Scylla build seems to be very intent on taking down the squishies and the tanks of just abusing that ultimate reset, because when she does get a kill with that Iron Monster, it does get reset and she can cost it again.
Absolutely here. And we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. You guys just hang in tight with us, waiting for this pause to be over with here.
And we're back.
And we're back. Moving around.
Oh, ooh, and the blink coming straight over the Thanatos. They look to try and close this game out.
Absolutely. Team aggression on an all-time high here. Going back in, trying to get this middle Phoenix here. Trying to come back into the team fight. Tier alting in. Scylla not being able to get out here. Unfortunate. And it looks like this is the push, maybe the push to end the game here. Thanatos alting to get out. Frenzy getting popped, and the Titan just gets strained here. Unfortunate turn of events. UA Shadow being able to pick up the other wins.
Well, in the future, I would appreciate it if the admins told me we'd be casting arena games, because then that was a lot of kills, more kills than minutes, and
that was the longest team fight I have ever seen. That early game. Incredible game from both sides. A lot of teams popping off. A lot of players popping off. MVP, have to hand it to him. Kuzulu coming in, being able to clean up most of the team fights, pushing structures, pushing the kills, pushing the pace, being able to do what he's got to do. Very unfortunate for the pop off from MedullaOblongata to not carry the team, not being able to get the win. Unfortunately,
I also got to give credit to MedullaOblong. Very, very solid play coming out from that Scylla, especially with the quadruple. If you look at the stats, 44k player damage, which is double the second highest, which is the ROM.
Absolutely. A lot of damage out there, a lot of damage output, and that was just from those team fights, those early quadras, those triple kills, all those team fights in jungle was just incredible. Early, that left jungle, I've never seen somebody fight over a piece of land that hard before. Just incredible team fights from both sides.
Very solid play coming out from both teams. Not very surprised given the draft. Very early game oriented coming out from Titan. As soon as that late game hits, there's just going to be issues.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, the sustain being put out. Let's look at that player healing real quick. Player healing from Aphrodite, 13,000. Enough to keep people alive, enough to have this movement speed from Mercus, enough heal. I mean, not a lot of, kill potential, but being able to keep her team alive and speedy. Just best way to go, to be honest.
So, I want to take a moment here to look at the builds for some post-match analysis. A very good focus coming out from the Horus on the physical defense, because the only magical defense on that team really was the Aphrodite, who's not going to apply it that very hard unless if she gets focused.
Absolutely here. Solid builds all around. I mean, it skill is a whole nother level in the game, but build wise, you need to know what you're doing. A simple item out of place can cost you the game, and even if you built the best, sometimes it is just not enough. But Horus, building right. I want to say the Thanatos build was perfect as well. Heimdallr going into the rage, maybe I might have gone some more pen on there besides having what you have, but just, I mean,
As an ADC, it's typically going to be more beneficial to go for attack speed. Pen into a compass tank is the one they were just facing. I mean, look at that. Tyr had a lot of HP. One Quins would have decimated him.
absolutely. But that movement speed there, see the early relic dagger, a lot of movement speed, early Teleria, it's just being speedy, being able to get out of those team fights, those situations where you're being chased just comes in handy, especially with a blink. A lot of people think you blink in sometimes. Sometimes you don't. You just use it when you're running away. Last time you think you're going to hit somebody, blinks out of your space there. Very unfortunate. Any other builds here you see that might interest you, Scroll?
I'd like to talk about Nyx's 60% cooldown Wukong build. So, we've got I can see some memes in the Twitch chat about it, but of course, 40% cooldown is the max you can go for when you're building a character in Smite. Overcapping on cooldown means that cooldown cannot be used. It goes to waste, basically. I think maybe some other item choices would have been stronger for the Sun Wukong at this point. Maybe a Heart Seeker for a little bit of extra damage. The Jotun's not really that necessary, I think, at that point in the game.
Absolutely. But I do see a repeated thing here. Looking for that speed, looking for that low cooldown, being able to sustain for UA Shadow, and once again, just a lot of damage output numbers here. The builds look great, a lot of sustain from UA Shadow, a lot of keeping people alive, moving around, being dominant, and it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, so I'm very unfortunate that Scylla didn't manage to push the lead as well as they maybe should have after they won the endless team fight in the end, getting a full deicide, but, doesn't end up changing anything.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, and we want you to stick around. We have some more games coming on, that's for sure. Probably my boy Ash will be back here to host and talk to you guys a bit. We might be ending it here, trying to get ready for the next set. You ladies and gents, please stick around. We have more action-packed games for you, and we'll be taking a break, I want to say, maybe moving along to the other games, so bear with us.